still some reaction, obviously, still reaction from the State of the Union the other night, and the fact that Werewolf, as you like to call Al Green, was so out of line, had to be escorted out of the chambers during the speech because he was so disruptive. And then yesterday, there was this move to censure him, which did end up happening. So before we get to what happened when the censure vote took place, we just wanted to share with you what John Fetterman said, which was really, really amazing coming from John Fetterman. He said, it was a sad cavalcade of self-owns and unhinged petulance. It only makes Trump look more presidential and restrained. We're becoming the metaphorical car alarms that nobody pays attention to, and it may not be the winning message.
That last
about
sentence.
Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There are some Democrats who are feeling the pain of their silent treatment during Trump's, Trump announcing all of these positive stories about like DJ Daniel and Laken Riley and Jocelyn Nungaray, and like no one clapping or standing or honoring those people made Democrats look so bad, bad.
Yeah, well, I think it's not even that they look bad. It's nailing in the coffin who they are.
Yeah,
that's who they really are. I mean, it's like Elizabeth Warren. It's Pocahontas. The only thing that she did clap for is when he said, we're going to support Ukraine, or when there's any sort of semblance of support. That's all she cares about. She doesn't give one single shit about the American people. She doesn't care about anybody in this country. She doesn't care about kids with cancer. She doesn't care about women. She doesn't care about the safety of the American people. She doesn't care. And that's who these people are. And I hope that everybody's paying attention now after this week.
Yeah. And maybe more Democrats will learn. I mean, Ro Khanna is another one of the more reasonable Democrats who actually posted on his X account yesterday what happened to him at the airport. He said, Jim Barrett, a flight attendant, politely chased me down at Chicago airport. Sir, he said, I'm a Democrat, but the way the party behaved was embarrassing, made us look heartless. I don't care who is up there. You stand for the boy with cancer. Be more rational and get your act together.
He's right.
And Rose said, I replied that a few of us did stand and clap, and that we must be the party that still believes in kindness, decency, and trying to bring people together.
You're not that party anymore, Ro.
Nope.
You're not.
Not even.
I mean, it's nice that you think that you are, but you're not. And if anybody did stand up and clap, I didn't see him. You were drowned out by the heartless jerks in your party.
That's right. And then that guy that we're starting to see a lot more of, I think his last name is Cesar. I'm not sure, but he was caught up with on the way to the vote to censure Al Green. And here is what he said about his plans to vote in that censure vote.
Excuse me, Congressman, can I get your general comments on the vote to censure Representative Al Green?
I'm opposing the vote to censure Representative Al Green. He's just exhibiting his First Amendment right to tell the truth.
This is what I keep hearing. It's just a right to free speech. I thought Trump cared about free speech. Seriously?
Yeah. They've come a long way from clutching their pearls over that. What was it, Joe Wilson? Is it Joe Wilson that stood up and said,
that's right.
You lie to Obama? And they were like,
the horror.
When it actually was a lie. I mean, it turned out what he said was a lie, but still it doesn't matter, because listen, if a Republican says something, it's terrible. If a Democrat gets up and starts shaking his rake, oh my God, it's okay. It's just First Amendment. It's free speech, you guys. It's just because
it's perfect that they don't understand the line. You know what I mean? It's perfect that because it's just like the protesters at Columbia. Right. They don't understand that their right is to peacefully protest, of course, but that's not what they're doing. They're intimidating, they're disrupting, they're destructive, and they're preventing others from being able to engage in free speech. That's not what the First Amendment is about. And the censure vote ended up showing that. Thankfully, there were 10 Democrats that voted with Republicans to censure Al Green. And here's what happened after the vote was called.
The yeas are 224. The nays are 198, with 2 answering present. The resolution is adopted. By its adoption of House Resolution 189, the House has resolved that Representative Al Green be censured, that Representative Al Green forthwith present himself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure, and that Representative Al Green be censured with public reading of this resolution by the Speaker.
We shall overcome. Okay. All right.
I mean,
You know what this is? You know what when I see that, it's like we're now looking at the theater and the emo kids versus the jocks and the nerds in high school. And you guys know how that's going to end. It's not going to end well for the theater and the emo kids. So, and that's what it is. Like they're like, "Hey, let's sing. Let's get up and okay."
what is that? What is with all the singing?
Theater
Why do they
kids.
think this is effective?
Theater kids.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
Well, if you're curious about who the Democrats were that voted to censure Al Green, I've heard of maybe one of them. So they included Ami Bera, Jim Costa, Ed Case, Laura Gillen, Tom Swozey, Jim Himes, Chrissy Houlihan, Marcy Kaptur, Jared Moskowitz. That's the only one I've heard of before.
Me too.
And
Me too.
Marie Glusenkamp Perez. So those are the ones that voted to censure. And I mean, I guess, like, good for them. Yeah. Good job doing the basic, obvious thing.
Right.
I have no way of segueing into dogs from that, but
We should have one of my dogs in here. I can't believe they're not in here.
well, maybe they're just having a nice nap. I don't
They're
know.
having
Maybe
a
they're gonna come
snooze.
in
They are
later.
snoozing it up right now. Mhm.
But one of the things I know your dogs loves, and so does my dog, and that is Rough Greens, the premium nutritional supplement that was the master work, the craftsman naturopathic doctor Dennis Black. He is the guy that created this amazing supplement that dogs love. It's a green powder. It's a green health powder for dogs that you just sprinkle onto their dry kibble, and their dry kibble that just looks like dead, gross, brown, dry kibble, which does not look appetizing. But then when you sprinkle on the prescribed amount for your size dog of Rough Greens, all of a sudden your dogs die for it. Like they are so excited for it. And the things that it does to transform your dog's health are incredible. Right now, there's like this 90-day challenge that Dr. Black is having everybody participate in so that you can see what happens at day 30, what happens at day 60, what happens at day 90. And all the things that you notice are things that are kind of like superficial or on the surface level changes, like better breath, better coats, less shedding, more energy. But then there's also really good health benefits, like they have better mobility. You're helping prevent cancers. You're doing all kinds of things for your dog's health that helps them live their longest possible life. And of course, we all want that. And you can try it for free. This is a trial size bag. You can get this free Jumpstart trial bag. You just cover shipping by going to Rough Chicks, RUFF Chicks.com, and then of course using code chicks. So it's ruffchicks.com, code chicks at roughchicks.com. Try it. Okay, so we talked about the 10 Democrats who voted to censure. Obviously, there was somebody else talking about this vote, and that was none other than Scott Jennings.
I feel like
my
over
God.
the last few weeks, there's been numerous instances of Democrats breaking out into song, and all I've been able to discern is that when Democrats are singing, Republicans are winning. I mean, it was a bipartisan resolution that passed today. Some people in your party voted to censure Representative Green. You said something earlier that really piqued my interest, which was you said the Democrats should not be listening to John Fetterman. I think he's maybe your most authentic voice. Who's a better representative, Green or Fetterman for the Democratic Party?
That's a good point. Like, who should the Democrat Party really be aligning with?
Yeah, I don't
when
think
you compare those two.
They don't know. They totally don't know. They are rudderless right now.
They're lost. I love it.
Lost at sea. No idea.
And
yeah, I'm there
no
for it too.
leader, like no, specific person who's leading. Hakeem Jeffries should ostensibly be the leader, but he is equally lost. And his strategy, he was asked about Democrat strategy moving forward. His answer was so ridiculous. Listen.
To show your base that you guys have an effective strategy to counter President Trump.
We're going to continue to stop him in the Congress, stop him in the courts, stop him in the community, put it in the voters' hands next year, and take back control of the House of Representatives.
Yeah, all right, you do that.
Good luck.
Let me ask David Hogg how he feels about that. Okay.